It's Friday. Silent cheer. We made it through another week. All right, we're still learning about butterflies this week, and today we're going to talk about the monarch butterfly. Now, a monarch butterfly has a lot of the same attributes or characteristics or things that other butterflies do, but it's also a very special kind of butterfly. So I want to talk to you about it because it is a butterfly you might actually end up seeing someday in California. All right, so before we get started, I noticed I made a little spelling error yesterday. I forgot to add an N in antennae. So I drew a little arrow and I put the N above it so that you know I meant to put two N's here. All right, I have some pictures I want to show you that have to go along with our monarch butterfly. Okay, so this is a picture of a monarch caterpillar, and it says monarch caterpillars eat milkweed leaves. This plant is poisonous to other animals, but not to the monarch. The caterpillar stores the poison in its body as a defense mechanism. Monarch caterpillars eat milkweed leaves for about 2 weeks before morphing into a chrysalis. So once they come out of their egg, or they transform from being an egg into a caterpillar, they just eat and eat and eat until they're ready to transform and go through the next phase in their metamorphosis. So 2 weeks of eating milkweed. A monarch caterpillar morphs into a chrysalis and stays inside for about 10 days. At first, the chrysalis is green, but towards the end of the stage, the chrysalis becomes clear. So now that it's transparent or clear, you can see the bright orange wings of the monarch butterfly inside. Okay, it's pretty neat, huh? So that's the chrysalis stage of the life cycle of a monarch butterfly. When a monarch butterfly emerges from its chrysalis or comes out, its wings are wet and very fragile. It must let its wings dry in the sun before trying to fly. So when it comes out of the chrysalis, its wings are a little bit wet. And if it tries to fly with wet wings, it could get hurt or damage its wings. So it has to wait and let the sun dry its wings so that they work the right way. And remember, monarch butterflies have this unique pattern to their wings. They have that bright orange color and they have black and white spots on the outer edges. Monarch butterflies have taste receptors on their feet. This is how they taste their food. They use their proboscis to drink their food and minerals. A proboscis is a tube similar to a straw. Monarch butterflies drink nectar from flowers and even search for minerals on the ground. So I'm actually going to add this part to our chart, the proboscis. Okay, and a proboscis on a butterfly, it comes straight out of the middle of their head and it even wraps around and it's quite long. And so what it's used for is to stick into a flower to get nectar. Or like I also read, they also need a lot of minerals, especially salts. That's what keeps them alive. So what they'll do is they'll stick their proboscis, which is right here coming out of their face. Let me hold it closer for you. They'll use their proboscis right here. And you can see it's even sticking it inside the flower to suck up the nectar, just like you would drink from a straw. And then on the bottom of their feet, they have these little taste receptors. So when they land on something, they can feel around and taste whether or not it's something they should eat. You can't really see it, but they are there. So on their legs, they have these little taste receptors. So I'm going to label the proboscis first. Proboscis. Okay, and that's the part they drink with. And then their taste receptors, let me see if I can write this. Taste receptors are on their feet. Now, our taste receptors are our little taste buds on our tongue. If you ever stick your tongue out and look in the mirror, you'll see these little dots on your tongue. Those are called taste buds. That's how you can taste something and decide whether you like it or not. So they have their taste buds on their feet, and they're called taste receptors. This is a picture of a milkweed plant. Monarch butterflies drink nectar from the flowers. So just like in our kindergarten, we have a milkweed plant, and this is what the blooms will look like when they, or the flowers will look like when they bloom. Okay. That one up here. When a monarch butterfly is ready to lay eggs, she will do so one at a time. She lays her eggs on the bottom of milkweed leaves, so when the caterpillars emerge or come out, they won't have to travel and search for food. Each egg is sticky, so it can stay attached to the milkweed leaf. So if you look closely on the milkweed plant, you can see those little white dots, and those are the monarch butterfly eggs. It's pretty smart of the mom. She has her babies on the eggs, on the milkweed plant, so when they hatch out, they have an instant meal ready for them. Monarch butterflies have to stay warm, so they migrate. Migrate means to travel. Monarch butterflies migrate from North America, that's where we live on the continent of North America, to Mexico in the summertime. They leave to journey to warmer weather so that they never freeze. So a monarch butterfly is considered a tropical butterfly, and they're used to warm weather, not cold. So the only place in the world all butterflies can't live is the Arctic because it's so cold there. Monarch butterflies huddle together in Mexico on the branches of a special type of fir tree. This tree keeps them warm and safe from the wind. So look at that cluster, or that big group of those monarch butterflies all resting together on that fir tree. And they're there because on this tree, they're protected and safe from wind, and their temperature will stay nice and warm. So all the monarch butterflies like to go there. It's like a big monarch butterfly party. I like this picture a lot. Each monarch that migrates will stop flying after a few hundred miles. When it stops, it will lay eggs on a milkweed leaf. When these eggs become monarch butterflies, they will continue migrating. So there's a lot of butterflies all flying carefully together to the same place. Ooh, this is a special one. Every fall, monarch butterflies arrive in Natural Bridges State Beach in Santa Cruz, California. You can come and look at the hundreds or thousands of monarch butterflies, but remember, just look and don't touch. So our whole family, the Phillips family, we went here to this exact spot in Santa Cruz, and we were able to see the monarch butterflies flying around and clustered together on the trees there. So if you're ever able to, you can get to Natural Bridges in Santa Cruz, especially in the fall when the monarch butterflies are there resting. And here's a picture actually from Natural Bridges. Monarch butterflies visit Natural Bridges because there are eucalyptus trees there that provide them with food. So once the monarch butterflies are grown up and they're in their adult stage, which is a butterfly, they like to drink nectars, and so they can get what they need from a eucalyptus tree. And they also like the California coastline by the beaches because it stays nice and warm there for them. Monarch butterflies are very special. There are not very many left in the world, and the ones left need our help. If you see a monarch caterpillar or butterfly, make sure to look and not touch. Planting flowers might also provide traveling monarchs with food. You can even plant milkweed to provide a place for monarch butterflies to lay their eggs. So there's really not that many monarch butterflies left anymore. They're almost considered an endangered species because there's less than 30,000 left. That's not very many. Compared to a long time ago, there was millions of them. So when you see them, you want to make sure you're doing your best to respect them and give them their space, okay? Another thing I wanted to point out is the Monarch Caterpillar looks very unique. It has a very special color pattern. You can see those colorful stripes that it has. So if you were to ever see a Monarch Caterpillar on a milkweed plant, make sure you don't touch it and let it do its job. Let it eat so it gets nice and full before it becomes a chrysalis. All right, we learned so much today about monarch butterflies, and we added information to our chart. On Monday, we're going to add some smart cards and any other information we might have. So make sure if you're at home and you drew your pictorial, you can update it and add the new information and even draw some of the pictures like what I posted here today. Or you can even draw what monarch butterflies like to eat. You could draw flowers or fruit. It's up to you. I hope you have a great afternoon.